All right. Good evening, everybody. We are back. It is a Thanksgiving Turkey Day weekend. All right. I hope I hope everybody's feeling as stuffed as I am. My daughter literally said, "Oh my God, Dad, you ate so much at dinner," and I did. I was totally stuffed. I felt like a turkey. Uh, but we didn't have a turkey this year, so I didn't fall asleep. We had a roast. It was really good. Um, our beautiful co-host usually makes enough for like for like a football team. It's literally crazy. She's in there cooking all day, and there's only three of us. So she works all day, and I believe this is indicative of everyone's family. You work all day on that food, and everybody eats in less than like 10 minutes. It's so ridiculous. But it was a good Thanksgiving. We had a great time. I had to work on Friday though. It sucks, but I had like this out. I think I sat on the Salt River Farms. They had this huge John Deere tractor. It was like a 6 series tractor, and it had big tracks and stuff on it. Um, and it actually has I don't have a picture of it here, but it has this giant generator on the front of it, PTO driven off the engine, and then it has this giant. It's humongous, like hanging off the back of it. It looks like the roof of a house almost. It's very crazy looking. It's all metal, but it is a camera system on top of the camera with this big grid on it, and it's lasers. So what they do is, I guess Salt Farms allows this robotics company to test out their tractors, and they drive across the field, and the cameras identify the weeds, and with lasers it zaps the weeds and kills them. No pesticides. Absolutely unbelievable. It's crazy. But anyway, it was a huge tractor. I originally went out there for a belt, and then it needed a radiator. But anyway, we got him all taken care of, and hopefully he's back this weekend. He's back to running that thing, and they needed it right away. But yeah, it sucks to have to work, and it was a long day on Friday, especially stuffed with all that food. It was tough climbing up and down that tractor. But anyway, if you were tuned in earlier, I saw that we had quite a few viewers on in the middle of the day. It was crazy. Was unhosted, but our beautiful co-host was out here, and she wanted to. I had the solar scoop out already, and we were just me and my daughter were just looking at it visually because it's pretty cool to look at that visually, and had some eyepieces in it. My co-host was like, "Oh, are you streaming?" I'm like, "No, I'm not streaming yet, but we can." So I set it up for her and let that go, and she kind of played around in here with the controls on there, and Streamlabs now you can chat. I can actually type multi-stream now, and it sends to all of them. It must be something new. But anyway, it's super dark out. It seems pretty clear out tonight. It wasn't clear earlier in the week. It seemed like Thursday night I had to get up super early for Friday, and I just couldn't get out here. But it was super clear, and of course, Friday night, of course, it was like it was as cloudy as it could be. But that's how it works. But tonight's pretty good. So we're going to jump on here, and we're going to do one target here tonight. I know my co-host is going to groan because she wants all these new things. Some of these new things, I have to be honest, targets that are not of a magnitude like under 10. Let's say for Clyde's sake, if we're not under 11 or 12, it's like watching paint dry. It's a little hard to get some of those objects that are further out. But she does like the planets. I haven't really fired up that other scope too much. I haven't had a whole lot of time to play with it. But we will. It's on my list. I say that all the time. Everything's on my list. It just keeps getting longer and longer. I usually have less time to do everything. But here we are. We are at M1 Messier 1 or NGC 1952. There's a couple other names for this, but I thought this would be cool. It's just coming up in the sky now. It is the Crab Nebula. I'm not sure when we've done. If we did this on a stream, it's been a while ago. It's been a long time. But yeah, the Crab Nebula is super cool. Clyde is working very well. I'm super happy. The guiding's working very well. The go-to's working very well. He's right on spot with everything. But let's jump over here to Stellarium. All right, now this is where we're at right here with Clyde. We are on the Crab Nebula, Messier 1, M1. I mean that's a big deal, right? Messier 1. That's the first one. There's a lot of them, but Charles Messier, this is his first in the catalog, the Crab Nebula. It's very cool. We'll get into it. I'm not sure when he discovered this, but I'm sure it was a super long time ago, and it's amazing how they figured that stuff out. But here we are. There's a lot of stuff coming up in the sky at night. Some of these are just amazing. I know our co-host hates when I revisit some of these, but the Rosette Nebula's coming up, the Christmas tree cluster. Look at this variable nebulas in here. That is so cool right there. The monkey head. I believe this is the Jellyfish Nebula. Look at that. Oh my goodness. I saw this one here earlier. I'm not sure we did this, and this isn't really anything. This is just an it's kind of like an unnamed nebula, like out in the middle of nowhere. It's very cool. We definitely may have to go and check those out. Oh, Casper the Friendly Ghost Nebula, which is a reflection nebula. We've done that before. And coming up in the sky, of course, is the amazing nebula right here, Orion's Nebula. It's amazing. So, a lot of stars. Let's see here. These are all galaxies right here, everyone. It's not even galaxy season. And they're so far away, but we do pretty well getting them. All right, back to the Crab Nebula. There's a lot of stuff out. There's all kinds of stuff to look at. If you're just getting into astronomy, I want to show you up here. If you look in the left-hand top of this screen. Now remember, you can get Stellarium free for yourself. You can just download it on your PC or download it on your phone. But right here is a magnitude of 8.4 reduced to 8.67. But that's pretty bright. So the lower the number, the brighter it is. When you start to get around 11 to 12, it starts to get a little bit dimmer. You got to have a little bit better equipment, darker skies to get it. But right here, 8.4. I think you could get that with just about anything. It would be amazing. So, and look at that. There's our Milky Way, everybody, right there. Isn't that amazing? Look at that going across the sky there. Unbelievable, all this stuff. There's just so much to look at. All right, let's jump back over here. All right, I already told Clyde to go here. We're already there. I already tested the go-to. I did a little bit of focusing. It is a cool Arctic 54 here in Arizona. That's like, I had to come out here in like a parka. That's how cold it was. It's ridiculous. The winds are nothing, 3 miles an hour, south-southeast. It's very good, very good. All right, let's go over here on our DS10. Let's see here. It is a cooled camera, DSC TEC. It's a cooled camera, DS10, and right now, I don't know. We don't have it. Clyde is covering it right here, but it is a cooled camera, and we are at 0.05 degrees Celsius. We are negative, so it is very cool out because it's cold outside. Well, it's not really cold outside, but for Arizona, It's freezing. All right. Let's see here. Let's have some fun. Let me see here. We're going to do a trigger mode. Let's see here. All right. Yep. Let's do a trigger mode. Let's leave it at 20 seconds. That's about the sweet spot for Clyde. And let's put it in a loop and see what happens. Hopefully this pops up and it's really good. Sometimes the Crab Nebula can be really, really good, and sometimes it can be not so great. But we're going to see if it's okay tonight. All right. Let's go. Time for some excitement. Oh, that looks pretty good, right? I'm sure it's small on your phone, but we're going to zoom in here. All right, look at that. That is going to make an amazing. I think it's going to look pretty good tonight. Yeah, our guiding's doing really well. Look at these orange and white stars here. That is absolutely amazing. Very cool. All right. Let's see here. Let's all right, let's check our white balance. We're going to click that. Now when that clicks off again, that's going to correct our histogram over here, and it's going to bring all of our RGB colors together, our red, green, and blue. And we usually put it up here, the white balance box. It's just a little teeny box. You can make it as big as you want, and we just put it up out of the way to grab a black piece of sky. Oh, there we go. Now the colors change. Now we're doing good. All right, we are going to bring this black point up because we've got a great histogram. Look at that. That's amazing. All right, we're 150% zoomed in. That looks amazing. I don't know why they call this the Crab Nebula. I mean, it looks like a brain. So that's what it looks like to me. It should be the Brain Nebula or the You know what would have been cool? The Neuron Nebula. That would have been cool. I don't know. Maybe Charles didn't know about neurons in your brain. Who knows? All right. Let's see here. We are looking pretty good. All right. Let's go ahead and start a live stack on this. And this is going to clean up. This is going to clean up amazing. This is going to look really good. We're going to get this nice dark base going. It's going to clean up, and then we can go into a little bit of our post processing, and I think we're going to have a lot of range to play with, and the background should blacken up really well. This should turn out to be a really good picture tonight. We'll probably do a little live high dynamic range on this, some LHDR. That's where we bring our white point of our histogram, and we start bringing it down as this stacks up, and that stacks lighter pictures behind the darker pictures, and it keeps our stars from getting really blown out. Or like this core is very light right here. If you were to just keep going down, with the exposure or the white point of the histogram without being in a stack, this would just get really, it would just get really undetailed and like super bright, and we don't want to do that. All right, let's see, where are we at with our gamma? Our gain is at 45. We got a couple reds and blues, little pixels in there. It shouldn't be too bad. It's pretty cool out, so we don't have that many. Using darks, I've said before, you can get rid of these using darks. We don't use a dark library. This is pretty much as easy as it gets. I don't have a lot of time to get into a whole bunch of the technical stuff in this. So this is hopefully a more real world sort of images of what you'll get with a camera and a telescope. Now, mind you, a Clyde is at f2. Remember, the lower your f factor, the more light gathering power, and the faster your telescope is to gather light to the camera. So a longer focal length. Oh, Thank you. Our co-host has used 50 stars. I don't know what stars are, but thank you for giving them out. That is awesome. All right. Let's see here. We are at we're at 6 frames. Well, let's just go a couple more frames, and then we'll start our live high dynamic range. That's already cleaning up amazing. It almost looks like you can see right through it. That is crazy. Yeah, that's crazy stuff. Now, while that's ticking off, I am going to read a little bit here about Messier 1 or NGC 1952. Let's see here. So they have these AI. Oh, thank you for the light, co-host. They have these AI things. I don't know if anybody's noticed. If you do a search, it has like this whole AI like paragraph that pops up now. I guess what it does is goes out and grabs all the information, and I guess it compiles it into like a quick summary. Now, on our co-host Facebook, she's part of like a Hummer group because she has a Hummer, and I don't know what one of the forums was, but they were saying ridiculous things on the forum of how to do something, and it actually showed up in the AI. So if you were looking to like correct something with a certain problem, all these ridiculous answers, that's what came up in the AI, and it was totally wrong. So, and it was just a goofy thread. So that's amazing how that picks that stuff up. But let's see here. All right, Messier 1, also known as the Crab Nebula. It is a supernova remnant. How is that even known? Oh, hey James, let's go. It's astronomy time here in Florence, Arizona. All right, let's see here. How do they know it's a supernova remnant? I wish I was smart enough to research this and really understand all these different factors that they figure this stuff out, because realistically, I mean, this thing is 6,500 light years away. I'm not sure how we figure that out either. It's so far away. Anything like this is like, we can't even comprehend how far light years are. And they talk about this like this is a remnant of this is this, but do we actually really know? I don't think we do. I think we know, but I'm sure their theories are based in fact, but science is changing all the time. Something that was widely accepted years ago is not accepted now. All right, let's see here. I am going to start our LHDR because we are at 15 frames. Let's get over here to our histogram, and we're going to bump this down a little bit right there, and then we're going to stack a few more. Let's see here. Let's see here. I don't really like doing Wikipedia too much, but here we go. They're very specific. I don't know how they go about this. It is a supernova remnant and pulsar wind nebula in the constellation of Taurus. I don't even know what that means. Oh, my co-host is texting me. Oh, here we go. This is what I'm talking about. She's like my my person out of the control booth, facts, doing the facts for me. Let's see here. A nebula is identified as a supernova remnant by observing its characteristic features, like a rapidly expanding shell of gas with high temperatures, emitting strong X-ray radiation due to shock-heated elements like oxygen, iron, and silicon, often with a central pulsar, a rapidly spinning neutron star, and by comparing its spectral lines to those expected from a supernova explosion. That's not quite in layman's terms, but that is, I think it's very easy to understand. That is a very good description. So that does give us a little blurb into how they figure this out. I'm sure they can figure out. I don't know if they can. How can they do that 6,500 light years away? It is still very interesting how they come to that determination with something being so far away. All right, let's see here. Let's go down a little bit more in our LHDR. Remember, we'd like to get around 150 with our LHDR, and that should make this pop pretty good before we even do any post-processing. Now remember, we do our post-processing here in Malin Cam Sky. It's amazing. All right, let's see. Oh, now we love NASA. We love Elon more, but we do love NASA. I remember as a kid, NASA was everything. It was so awesome. All right, let's see here. The Messier catalog, begun by astronomer Charles Messier, and remember, we do a lot of Messier objects here, in the 18th century. So he did this in the 18th century. That is amazing. And revised over the years, includes some of the most fascinating astronomical objects that can be observed from Earth's northern hemisphere. Wow, that's amazing. Oh, I love Messier's because there's always a lot of information. So, Messier 1, the only supernova remnant in Messier's catalog. How about that? I did not know that. We go through a lot of M stuff, Messier stuff here, and I don't really pay attention, but I did not know that this is the only supernova remnant in his catalog. That's amazing, because we've done quite a few of these. They're very cool. Let's see here. See, oh, that's a little weird. Okay, now this is how I don't understand what. Let's see here. Messier 1 M1 is a supernova remnant in the Milky Way galaxy. That's our galaxy. All right, created by a star explosion. This is very specific. 1054 AD. It contains a pulsar and a neutron star that emits radiation, as our co-host has just said. Where did they come up with 1054 AD? That's absolutely crazy. How is that even known? All right, let's go here. Let's see. We're at 29 frames. Remember, when we're stacking, with our particular setup, when we get around 32 to 36 frame stack, it's usually pretty much as good as we're going to get with our stack. I'm sure we could do better, but for the sake of not watching paint dry, this is that's about it. That's about all I can take. All right. Oh, this is going to look amazing. Now look at all the stars. I can't reiterate this enough. I know I say this all the time, but I am just amazed. I mean, baffled by look at all the stars in this. There is just thousands upon thousands of stars, right? Now let's look at Stellarium. And all those thousands of stars, look how big this sky is, right? We are this one little teeny dot right here, right there, and this little teeny tiny section of sky that my scope can see. So basically, we are like here. That's about what we're seeing. And then we have this sky, and don't forget the sky that's underneath of us that you can't see, that's on the other side of the Earth. That is absolutely mind-boggling how many stars there is. We can't even comprehend it. It's absolutely, absolutely unbelievable. We are so insignificant here in this universe. It's crazy. There's got to be other there's got to be other planets with some form of life on them. I'm not saying it's alien, but it could be aliens. All right, let's see here. We are at 34. We're getting close. We're going to drop down here. We're almost at that 150 mark. All right, let's zoom in. Look at that. That has smoothed out immensely. That looks amazing. I think with a little post-processing, this is going to be good stuff. It's going to be amazing. Wow, what a great target. All right. Let's see here. We'll let that click off just a couple more. Oh, we're at 36. We'll let it go just a few more so I can get down just to get to our mark here. All right, we'll go down just a little bit more. We'll click a few more frames in there, and then we'll be ready to do some of our post-processing on this. It's going to be great. What a great photo. And look, our tracking is right on the money. If you can tell by these little hot pixels, if Clyde was drifting, these would start to get elongated. The software will take the picture and keep stacking it on top of itself. It maps where the stars are and takes the picture and relays it on top of that. So your hot pixels will move, but your picture will not. Your picture will always be pretty good. It is amazing software, Cam Sky. It's got to be easy if we're using it. I mean, come on. All right. We had 38 frames. Let's see here. We're going to take a snapshot of this. We're going to let that stack keep going, but we're going to take a snapshot. All right. There we are. All right. Right there. Oh, John, I didn't know there was a UFO sighting in Bullhead City last night. I'm going to have to look that up. I don't know, but it could be. Let's be honest. I'm sure it's not. I don't know. I don't think it's an actual UFO. Who knows what that is? The world's been around a long time. I think if there was something UFOs, we probably would. I don't know. Maybe there's. Think we're too dumb and just want to ignore us and scoot around the sky and say, "Look at these bunch of idiots down there." But you never know. But the universe is so big. I mean, we would be naive not to think there is some type of life. I mean, be it animals or microbes or bacteria. I'm not quite sure, but the universe is just beyond everyone's comprehension. But I'm going to look that up. That's very cool. I love hearing about that stuff. If anyone has listened to Art Bell, it's not Art Bell anymore. But if you listen to that radio show that's early in the AM, it's super cool, and I love all that stuff. Yeah, John. I'm glad you agree. We would be silly not to think there's something out there, with it being so vast. I mean, look at these. There's probably galaxies in here and we don't even know about, and they're the same size or bigger than ours, and there's just millions of light years away, and that's only one little tiny section. There definitely is. I mean, I'm not sure they're going to be flying to us anytime soon, but you never know. Maybe they got somebody as smart as Elon, and they're making their own starships. All right, let's go over here to our live processing page. All right, so this way you can kind of see the workflow we use here at Starlight Starbright. All right, so let's do now. If you remember, I have stopped using the adaptive Wiener filters. They are in the denoises. We usually use adaptive Wiener filter, but I did some really close-up views of it, and it does seem to take a little bit of the detail out. I don't think we don't really have much noise in our pictures. With Clyde being on a giant concrete pier and a steel pier. It doesn't really move. We're not getting any noise in it. It's pretty dark out here. The mount's working well, and the cameras are very good. So we're not going to mess with that. But we are going to do, we're going to do our curve first. We've been doing the range first. We did it first for a long time, but now I find that doing the curve first and then the range produces just a little bit better result. All right, here's your alpha channel. We're going to do with the astro curve. We're going to bring that up like that. Oh, look at that. Brighten that up. We don't want to overpower it now. All right, that looks pretty good, right? Let's see here. There is a little bit of red in here. I think if we move the red, the green may pop just a little bit more. Now remember, with Cam Sky, you can always go into the do and redo button down here. I can't show you right now because I'm in this, but let's see here. Now I'm going to put a little red in it. Oh, there we go. So we put a little red in it, and if we go up with an astro curve, it will make the whole picture red. We don't want to apply brightness to the whole picture. When you do the alpha channel, the white channel, or the white channel, the alpha channel, when you do that curve, it applies the brightness sort of on an even arc. That's what you want, because that makes the whole picture sort of brighter and brings out the colors. But if you do it with a single channel, it will bring out that whatever channel, the red, green, or blue channel that you have, and it will try to make the whole picture like that. If you try and do an arced curve, it doesn't really work. So we do like an S arc. So we put it in with this top, with the top point, but then we take the bottom point and we do like an S, and that takes all the red out of the outer of the picture and only leaves these darker red spots in these highlights with that in there. You'll find that you can do it with that. You can do it with the green. We can put some green in. See, it starts to make the picture green. But if you take it and you pull it back out, there you go. Now look at that green pop. That is amazing. You don't want to overdo it, because then you'll, sometimes less is more. If you overdo either of them, you start to lose detail. But you do want to make sure that you're putting the color in it to sort of make these strands pop in here. All right, I'm not going to mess anymore with that. We're just going to hit apply. And okay, there you go. All right, that looks amazing. That's exciting. I love it. I'm all smiles. This is so cool. I love sharing this with everybody. It's amazing that this is out there. This is probably about like 45 degrees in the sky tonight right now if you went outside and looked. It is east-northeast, right in Taurus. Get Stellarium on your phone. Type M1 in there, hit search, and it'll put a little arrow to it, and you can look at it and zoom in it just like this. It's amazing. But that is there. So if you're looking at it, this is there. 6,500 light years away in our own Milky Way galaxy. All right. So here's what's going to be good now. We're going to go into our processes, and we're going to go into our range. There we go. Now this is kind of like a histogram. This would be the white point, and this would be the black point. We're not going to mess with the white point because we just did it in our curve. All right. We're going to pull this all the way up, right down there to the bottom. And we're going to click OK. Wow. Look at that. That is amazing. Oh my goodness. Look at the detail in this. This is absolutely unbelievable. This is amazing. Wow, what a beautiful picture. Now we've got this in, we've been on here for like 35 minutes. Well, 10 minutes of it was me blabbing about absolutely nothing and boring everybody to death. But this here, so in like 20 minutes, we have an amazing picture. That is amazing. Now remember, we are not doing astrography here. We're doing live EAA, which is electronically assisted astronomy. it's a little bit, I just can't get into astrography. Those guys do amazing work, amazing. But this image, they might have like a couple nights and hours worth of exposures or images, however you want to call it, and they might take like a couple hundred images of this. But here's the kicker: you might have a couple hundred, but they're taking like 5-minute exposures of this. I can't do 5-minute exposures. It's just way too long. I literally would fall asleep. Luckily, the scope would do it all by itself. You can set it up to do that. We could do that through Cam Sky, but we're not going to do that. We're really set up just for getting the images as best as we can as quickly as possible. That's what makes astronomy fun. All right, that is beautiful, gorgeous. Look at that. That almost glows. Wow, that is beautiful. All right, there it is, everybody. M1 or NGC 1952, which is the Crab Nebula. They say it doesn't look like a crab at all. It should be the Neuron Nebula. Remember that. We should have a petition to change that. But it is what it is. Charles Messier thought it was the Crab Nebula, so we're going with it. All right. I'm going to pop back over here. Here's our live stack, and it's still going. I'm going to take one more picture. And what we'll do is at the end of the night, when I shut everything down and get the scope down, I'll take this image and wow, look at that. Look what just a little bit of post-processing does. Makes that thing pop right out of the picture. It almost makes it look 3D. That's amazing. So I'll take this and I will name this like the date, tonight's date, and I will put RAW, a raw file in it, because we haven't done anything to it. And then I will take this and I will save this as a Cam Sky. I'll say, hey, this is this date, Cam Sky. So this way I know that one has been altered, and one that if I wanted to, I could go back in with the GIMP, and then I could open the GIMP and I could manipulate it more if I wanted to. We don't do too much of that. We usually just use GIMP for the watermark, or if an image is dark and I think it needs the added stretching or with the curves, because in the dark levels in the GIMP, they have the dark and then they have the light side, but they also have a mid-range bar in there. So there's 3 sliders in one bar, and you can really manipulate the image and really pull some out. It's a little time consuming, but once you get a flow down, it's not quite as easy as this, but it is easy. All right, that's beautiful. Excellent stuff. All right, let's see here. Let's back to normal here. We're gonna fix our histogram there, our levels. Oh, look at that, 71 frames. All right, we're gonna stop that, and we're gonna go back to a video mode. All right, there it is. There's the Crab Nebula right there. I know you can barely see it, but I see it. Let's see here. How does our focus look? Our focus looks pretty good. Our focus looks really good. Everything looks pinpoint. All right, let's go over. We got a little bit of time left. That was easy, right? Let's see here. Let's go over to Stellarium, and let's see if there's some. Oh, what about that one? What was that one that we were looking at? That was just a off by itself. Oh, it's right here. It's right here. Now look at this. This is, they don't call this anything. These are stars. Now, I think we can do that. We're getting up towards the top, but you know what? We need to do the Seven Sisters Pleiades right here, but we need to take the filter out. I think, but that's a very cool target. We've done that before. I don't think we've ever done that on stream before. So, all right, let's go over here. Let's just tell Clyde to go there. Let's see what it looks like. We'll give Clyde the command. Let's see what he's doing here. All right. Oh, he didn't really move much. Oh, I see my locker's open. All right. Uh, that was one of the greatest buys we ever bought. I bought like it's like a stack of these short lockers, and they hold everything in the observatory, and it looks great in here. All right. Let's see what we got here. Now, it says we're there. It didn't really move that much. I don't really see anything. But can we pull that out? That star says it's a magnitude of 8.40, which should be pretty bright. So, but they are small. Let's see here. Oh, wait for Clyde to settle down. If you can see that. Let's see here. Oh, no. So usually sometimes when Clyde moves, because it is a worm gear and a gear in there, sometimes you have to wait for the backlash to catch up. It'll kind of like creep just a little bit until the scope sets on the right side of the worm gear. All right. We are good. All right. Let's just do a we'll do a 20-second. We'll do a 20-second signal. Let's just see what comes out. I have no idea if this is going to work. We're just going to try it because it's fun. It's always cool when you see nothing but black sky and then the camera can show you something. But let's see. We may be looking at a bunch of nothing here. But Stellarium says it's there. Oh. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And it is there. Holy cow. That is awesome. And this is just a nothing. Boy, look at that. That Clyde is right on the... That is right in the center. Clyde is doing amazing. I am so happy. All right. Let's see here. All right. Let's do... All right. We're going to start our guiding. I actually forgot to stop it because it was giving me... You can't hear it in my headphones, but it was beeping like crazy. All right. And that's going to start guiding. And once that gets settled in a little bit, let's see here. Now, look. We are just a little bit over, not that far, from where we were before at Messier 1. And look at all the stars in this picture. From that picture to that picture, there's literally like... There's thousands. I mean... There's like double-digit thousands in here. That is crazy. All right, let's fix our ticker. Now, I don't know what this is. So we're just going to pick this star. And we're just going to say it is HIP. HIP. What is that? 29147. And there's some other numbers for the stars there. I'm not sure what that means. We're going to just do nebula region. All right, there we are. HIP 29147. I have no idea what that is, but that's when I take this picture and I'm going to catalog it as whatever that is, and I have no idea what it is. But that's super cool to not know. We could do some research on it, but it's really too much to do. All right, let's see here. We didn't move that much. Our histogram's good. We are just going to go ahead and we're going to go ahead and loop it. Yep, we'll put it in a loop. We'll raise our black level just a little bit right up to the bottom of that RGB right there. All right, and then we'll just let it tick along and see what it does. That's interesting, a UFO sighting in Bullhead City. We're going to check it out. We're going to check that out. Oh, okay. That looks pretty good. Let's do this. This is going to be a really good candidate for live high dynamic range, but we can fool this. We can go into our color adjustment. And we can take our gamma, and we're going to drop this to about 80, 82. And that is going to fool the histogram, thinking there's more light in there, and it will brighten the picture. It's very cool the way it works. I got this from a guy off of Malcolm's. Oh, there we go. See how that brightened up? Now our histogram gets kind of weird looking, but that's okay. Now, let's go ahead and enable our stack. And if we wanted to, I'm not sure, see this here, but there is a sharpening in here. It's behind here. Let's pull up our sharpening a little bit. Let's go up to like 81. It's behind my wonderful picture here, but believe me, it's there. But you don't want to leave sharpening on if you're not actually stacking, because it can make the computer or the camera laggy. It makes it lag behind. It's trying to do the sharp. It's trying to process all that information. All right, that's going good. All right, let's see what happens here. Wow, I think we're going to get a lot of good detail right through here. I hope. I think we will. Let's see here. John, say that was UFO sighting. I have to look it up now. UFO sighting. Sorry, I'm sure you can hear my keyboard, but I like clicky keyboards. They're great for gaming. All right, let's see here. Bullhead. Let's see if anything comes up. Oh, another phenomenal UFO sighting captured on November 29th, 2024 in Bullhead City, Arizona. Let's see here. It's probably just a drone. There isn't really. It says here AZ Central. I don't believe everything AZ Central tells you, but Arizona, one of the top U.S. states for UFO sightings. I wonder why. I think we're pretty close to, like, we have like a lot of military bases here and Air Force bases. I'm sure that is the reason. But here, I mean, we have a drone. My daughter and my co-host and my son got me a wonderful little, like, beginner drone. It's a better one, and it's amazing. I mean, we could disguise it as like a UFO and fly it around. That would be amazing. You would fool a lot of people. Let's see here. Oh, there is a YouTube video of it, but let's see here. Oh, let's see here, from Myra Moore, the paranormal chick. I don't know if I'm allowed to show any of that stuff on here or not, or restream. I don't know all the rules, so I just don't really do it. But from what I'm looking at, it looks like a light in the sky. I mean, and it's far away. It could be anything. It could be a helicopter. I don't know. You'll have to check it out and see it for yourself. But it's definitely not aliens. Oh, that would be cool. It's not. All right, we are at 9 stacks. Let's go ahead and start our live high dynamic range. We won't spend a whole lot of time on this, but we're going to hit it pretty hard. I can already see the detail coming out in this H2 region. That is amazing. Now, we don't know anything about this. I guess it's just I guess all nebulas don't have sort of NGC catalog numbers, because in Stellarium, there's nothing I can click on where I'm at to tell me where we are. They're all, if I click on anything, they're just stars. There's no H2 regions. There's just mapped stars in here. Yeah, very interesting. All right, this is going to be a beautiful picture, though. Look at that dark sky already. That is amazing. Thousands of stars. Not sure. If you look how red this star is. It's almost orange, and then these are white. Amazing. I know our co-host has told me before. And look, these are like blue stars. That's almost blue, bluish green. These are amazing. Look at them. Look how close they are. I don't see any oh, this one's pretty big. Don't see any galaxies right here. Usually, if it's a galaxy, it looks like a small smudge. It almost kind of looks like a star, but it's kind of like elongated, and it's kind of it's just kind of fuzzy. You know what we haven't been photobombed by in a while? Is Elon. I don't know what's going on, because we have Starlink, and it seemed like probably, I'm not sure if it was in this observatory, but the last observatory we had, it seemed like we got photobombed by Elon all the time with the Starlinks. Not so much right now. We hardly get to see any. So you must train in a certain part of the sky. I think when we go to do the Orion stuff in Orion, I think we do get a little bit photobombed by Elon there, but not a whole lot. They do have software now that picks all that. I know it's a big deal in the astronomy crowd. They're not happy with it, but they do have software to take that out, to take those star trails out. So I mean, it's not really a big deal. I mean, it is a big deal, but it's not really a big deal. If it wasn't for him, we would have really bad internet out here. Although we have a local carrier for the observatory only. When we first got Starlink, it wasn't as good as it is now. There wasn't as many satellites, so trying to stream on it was kind of iffy. But I know my son streamed all the time on it here, his games. So it may be something I want to try. We could run another, Cat 5 wire to the house and try it. Plug it into the router. It may work. The great thing about having Starlink, because we're out here we're at the end of the end in Florence, Arizona. Not too far from town, but far enough that Florence is already out in the middle of nowhere anyway. If the electricity goes out, or if you don't have electricity, if you have a generator, or you have an inverter off a couple batteries, if you can start that router, you have internet. It's amazing. You don't have to worry about the rest of the town being powered up or anything like that to do the towers or the cable company. If you can power that box up, you have internet. It's absolutely amazing. This is turning out beautiful. I wish I could tell you more about it. There's no information on it. But it is beautiful. It's a beautiful nebula. See, we were at 23, and we're going to try and get right to that 32 mark on this one. We're going to do a little post-processing, and that'll kind of round out the hour for us. Now, I do have my new, I don't know if you can see it, I have my twin new lightsabers hat on. I went in for a drink and I left my Starlight Starbright Observatory hat that my co-host and my daughter got me for Christmas. It's a beautiful hat. It's got it embroidered on there, but I left it in there. So I have my backup here. I am a Star Wars fan, but the real Star Wars, not after the 3 Star Wars, only the originals. The first 3 are the real Star Wars. And I'll still go back and watch those. Those movies have held up amazingly well for the era we're in. And I was even thinking about that because we love Harry Potter too, and we were watching Harry Potter again. We watch it all the time. We pick one and watch it. Our co-host, beautiful co-host, she loves Harry Potter also. Um, you know, those were like 20 some years ago. I can't even believe that. But those movies hold up so well, and they're so entertaining, and they're so good. Just like the first Star Wars. And Star Trek's hold up amazingly well too. I love Star Trek. All right. We are at 27. We're almost down to the 150 mark. We'll let it click off a couple more frames here. One more frame, and then we'll go down just a little bit more on our live high dynamic range. There we go. We're at like 160 or something like that. That's close enough. Don't forget, if you're listening to this amazing background music, is by Eric Medias at soundimage.org. He lets us use all his amazing space theme music for free. Check him out. He's got music for everything, and he's very talented. All the stuff is amazing. It's all amazing. But he does have a lot of cool stuff like this. We just go in and pick new songs all the time. It's amazing. So, and our opening commercials is from Eric Medias. Everything is done by him through his page. It's amazing. All right, we were at 30. We're at output of 30. Let's do 2 more frames. Let's just stick it out. We've already gone this far. What's another couple frames? All right, this is amazing. Look at. Wait till I do the post. I can't wait to do the post processing and look at this. Oh, our guiding is doing pretty good. It's not as good as the other night. The other night I was looking at guiding. If that was your heartbeat, you'd be dead. That's how flat it was. Now it's actually alive a little bit. It could be the same conditions too. So remember, if you see blinky stars when you go out and you're looking up and you see them twinkling and blinking, that is bad to see. It's bad to use your telescope. It's not bad to use your telescope, but if you're trying to image, it's bad, especially for if you're trying to guide. So the little guide scope on top of Clyde, he's got a map, and he uses a program. He uses a PhD2. Kind of sounds very high tech. It was easy to set up. Trust me. If I'm setting it up, you guys can do it. So he's using this little scope on top, 60 millimeters, 60 millimeters, I think it is. And it'll pick a star, and it'll keep that star in the center, and it'll tell the mount commands. But if they're blinking, that star, when they're blinking, it's sort of like it's blinking in and out, and it looks like it's jumping around. It's really not. It's the turbulence in the atmosphere. It's kind of like looking at the heat coming off the road on a hot Arizona road. It looks almost like a mirage. You can see the heat coming off. Well, that's what you're seeing through. So it distorts the image, and then the scope thinks the star is somewhere where it's really not, and it'll send a command. So it kind of gets jumped around a little bit like that. All right, we're at 35 frames. Let's stop talking. Let's take a picture. All right, here's our picture. Let's go to our live processing screen. Now remember, this is just a no-name nebula. We've never done this before. I'll have to catalog this in our long list of stuff we've taken pictures of. All right, let's go to our curve. All right, now remember, let's do our astro curve just like that. That looks pretty good right there. All right, and then this has got tons of red in it. So remember, we're going to put a lot of red in, but we're going to take a lot of red out. There we go. Oh my goodness, look at that pop. That looks absolutely unbelievable. All right, we'll leave that right there, and now we'll go to our process and we'll do our range. This is the same workflow we use for almost every picture. It's foolproof, it's easy, and it works, and it will get you going. If you want to get crazy, you can. There's all kinds of programs out there you can do that do absolutely amazing things for you, and it's almost all automated. But this is pretty much the way the picture is. We stretch it a little bit, and then we put our watermark on it, and that's the way we like it here. All right, Oh my goodness. Look at the range on that. That looks absolutely unbelievable. That is gorgeous. Now look at this star right here. Look at this one right here. That is almost, I mean, it's red. That is crazy. Look at the detail right through here. That is gorgeous. This is like a billowing cloud right here. Unbelievable. This is a beautiful star in the center here too. Look at that. Look at these. This almost, well, this isn't dark nebula. I know we've talked about this before. We haven't really gotten into it to detail, but I mean, this isn't dark lanes in here, but that's sort of what dark nebula does. But look at these wispy nebulas through here. That is absolutely amazing. And this is gorgeous down here too. Look at that. Unbelievable. I absolutely love it. Excellent. Well, and I have never seen this before. We just picked it out, and you're seeing it for the first time with us here at Starlight Starbright Observatory. Amazing. This is gorgeous. All right, I'm going to take one more snap of this. This way we can catalog this. Remember, as an unchanged raw file, and then we have this, and then our Mountain Camp Sky post-process. Oh my goodness, look at that. That is absolutely gorgeous. I'm ecstatic. I'm all smiles. I love it. It's very cool. All right, I know I'm getting very nerdy and excited over this stuff, but it is cool that this is out there. Absolutely unbelievable. All right, I think that's going to round out our hour. We had quite a few viewers tonight. Thank you so much for watching, and special thanks to John for letting me know about the UFO sighting in Bullhead City. Look it up. Make your own decisions. I don't know. Maybe the aliens are coming. I'm tired of paying bills anyway, so I hope they come. All right. This is amazing. Beautiful. So we did this. This is a no name. We just clicked on a star. This is just a nebula region, an H2 gas or an H3 gas region. We did this, and then we did, oh, there it is, the Crab Nebula, Messier 1. That looks absolutely beautiful, and we're going to put them on our Facebook page. We're going to start streaming to X. I don't know when we're going to do it, but I will get to it. It would be nice to stream I guess we need to stream to as many platforms as we can. It is a multi-streaming service that we have here through Streamlabs. Yeah, we're going to try and do as many as we can. We just added YouTube, like, we've had it, but we really just started doing our live streams of YouTube. But this is gorgeous. Thank you all for showing up. These have been amazing targets, and one new one that I have never seen before, and probably most other people haven't either, because most people don't pick these weird regions out. We need to start doing more of these things that we are, these little phenomenons that are no names. That makes it really fun and very cool. All right. I got a long day tomorrow. I'm helping my daughter build a container house, and we cut some walls out today with the plasma cutter. So I'm starting to get tired. So we got to get up early and get after it. All right. Thank you for showing up. And as always, hopefully we'll come back again. I don't know. Maybe we can do some tomorrow night. We're going to try our best. All right, everybody. Thank you and good night.